Well, we're all spending a lot of time at home, and to help your social distancing go as entertaining as possible, our movie guy Will Meyer has the movie recommendations for you.
Hey there, it's Will Meyer. As you know, movie theaters are currently closed, so I thought I'd give you some recommendations for movies that are new to streaming services. There are a handful of truly great movies new to Netflix this month, including Taxi Driver and The Social Network, but I want to highlight one that I think is criminally underrated, and that is Steven Spielberg's Minority Report. It's set in the future, and Tom Cruise plays a police officer in a special unit that is able to arrest murderers before they commit their crime, but suddenly, to his and everyone else's shock, he finds himself accused of a future murder. This movie is excellent in just about every conceivable way. There is no Hollywood storyteller that's better than Steven Spielberg, and he is at the top of his game here. This movie is exceedingly well told. It keeps you as invested as one could possibly be for 2.5 hours. It's full of exciting twists and turns. It's got action thrills galore, and it features top-notch visual effects. I think this is not only a fantastic blockbuster, it's also a fascinating movie about free will. It features an incredibly haunting performance from Tom Cruise as a man who is filled with regret, and I think this is one of the best movies of the 21st century. So if you've never seen it, or if it's been a while, check out Minority Report on Netflix. You will not be disappointed. New to Hulu this month is the most recent Oscar winner for Best Picture, Parasite. This is a South Korean movie about a poor family that scams their way into working for a very rich and gullible family until things spiral wildly out of control after an unexpected incident. This was my favorite movie of last year, and it's directed by the fantastic director Bong Joon-ho. It's a movie that's tough to talk about, though, because I don't want to give away the many secrets and surprises of this movie, of which there are many. But it is a part thriller, it's a part black comedy, part social satire, so there's something for everyone. It's about something as serious as social inequality, but it also manages to be very funny as well. I think the performances are uniformly great. This movie is profound, it's moving, it's always riveting, and as far as pure storytelling goes, you won't find anything better. Lastly, if you're not used to watching foreign language films, this is a great one to get your feet wet with because it's so ridiculously enjoyable. There aren't very many new comedies coming to streaming services this month, but thankfully Hulu was sure to grab one of the very best, Blazing Saddles, Mel Brooks' wildly irreverent Western parody. This is a movie that is profoundly silly. It's filled with slapstick, throwaway gags, and potty humor, but it's also a whip-smart movie about the stupidity of racism. It's really hard to overstate the influence that this movie had. It paved the way for countless comedy classics from Airplane to 48 Hours. It's one of the most politically incorrect movies ever made, but it's also one of the funniest. Also new to Amazon Prime this month are a lot of different movies, including The Lighthouse. This is a drama that came out last year, and it was in my top 5. This movie is eerily appropriate, too, for the age of COVID-19, as it's about two people who were sequestered together for a long period of time. Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe star, and they're the only two people in this entire movie. This movie is haunting, it's hallucinatory, and it's about two lighthouse keepers who are on this remote and mysterious New England island in the 1890s. It's a movie that was marketed as a horror film, and while it is a bit spooky, this is also so much more. It's part sci-fi, part psychodrama, part period drama, and it's also laugh out loud funny at times. I think that Willem Dafoe gives a career best performance here, and that's saying a lot considering the career he's had. And if you ever had any doubt that Robert Pattinson is a great actor, look no further than this movie. It's strange, it's unsettling, it's thrilling, it's a wildly entertaining tale of madness, and one of the most original movies I've seen in a long, long time. I should also mention that all of the pre-Daniel Craig James Bond movies are now on Amazon Prime. When COVID-19 first struck, the first movie that I watched to take my mind off of things was a James Bond movie. So this is total comfort food for me. So if you like these movies, I would strongly recommend a James Bond marathon in the near future. If you want a recommendation, I would go with On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yes, George Lazenby was a bad James Bond, but the movie itself is quite good. I think the action set pieces here are fantastic, and it boasts the most shocking ending of any James Bond movie ever.